How is all this applicable? Well, first thing you need to do is to make some decisions. First, make sure you know exactly what you are planning to sell. What will your program mix be? If you're unsure, to go back to webinar 1 and watch that one again. Again, if you are missing that link, you can ask for it in the questions and I'll get to you later today. And once you know what you're going to take to market, then you can look at what we discussed today and start profiling your customer. But can what we said so far be defined by the typical demographics? Obviously not. That was a trick question. This is why many MSPs choose a vertical or two as their main target audience, okay? Selecting a vertical is what's common in our space. Verticals afford us the opportunity of grouping like-minded customers into a list that we can actually generate or purchase. You can target medical offices, nonprofit organizations, lawyers, architects, engineers, and on and on and on, all the while knowing that they're similar. For example, not all doctors' offices use the same practice management software, but they are all likely heavily reliant on whichever one they've chosen to use. They are likely to need it up and running in order to do their jobs. They will use it to schedule appointments, generate invoices, look up patient histories, and so on. So they're heavily reliant on it, and they will likely know exactly how much it hurts to not have access to this software. As a professional service, doctor's offices that is, they will likely know exactly what an hour of downtime means to them monetarily and will make a prime candidate for a proactive or managed service for these reasons. A nonprofit organization, on the other hand, as well, will likely be intimately tied to their CRM or equivalent. They rely on their donations, and this is where they get their lists from. So what would happen to their ability to contact their existing and potential donors if they lost access to this software? Though they share most or all of these Okay, so this is the type of thinking you need to do in order to understand your target audience and increase your sales success. Just an FYI, we're going to be digging into both sales and marketing in way more detail after we complete this management module, the first 8 webinars. So much so, in fact, that they're each going to have their own module. There'll be a module for sales and a module for marketing of their own, okay? So what is vertical profiling? How do we decide which verticals we want to go after? Many times we'll look at our existing customer base for answers. Do we already have a few or more customers in the vertical profile? That could make it easier to decide on, right? What if we're a startup though? Let's take a step back and define this very important exercise, okay? A vertical market is basically a particular market segment or industry, okay? As we mentioned a moment ago, there are many examples of this, right? There's medical, legal, manufacturing, engineering, education, architecture, marketing, transportation. Someone make me stop. Okay, a vertical profile, therefore, is a list of that particular market segment's similarities. What are their characteristics and behaviors? The goal in this exercise is to come to a real understanding of the customer's business so that when you speak to someone in that market, you can not only speak intelligently about their business by asking the right questions, but also guide the conversation in such a way as to make the prospect understand how reliant they really are on IT. If you watch the last webinar, you'll understand that this is a key ingredient in closing your sale, right? What starts well, ends well, they always say. So what do we include in a vertical profiling exercise? The answer is anything you can use to help you understand and define your prospect. Things like size, annual revenue, sensitivity to downtime, security sensitivity, key applications, and critical business services, for example. That last one is a must-have inclusion in your exercise because it's the thing you key in on in your conversation with your prospect. Okay? Don't get me wrong, all of the information is important, but the business owner on the other side of the desk may not be able to tell you which practice management software they're using, but he can definitely know what functions each of his employees or departments is performing in order to keep the cogs of the wheel turning in his business, right?